Hello and welcome to this week's edition of Guinea Pigs with Greg. I'm here in sunny Scotland and I've brought the lovely weather with me. I've been judging the Scottish National Cavie Club and I'm here with Campbell of Kirklee Cavies to see his lovely stud of slates and creams. And hopefully you get to enjoy this video and see all the lovely cavies. Campbell, can you tell the viewers what breeds of cavie you currently keep?
So currently in the shed I have both English Self and English Crested in slate and dark-eyed cream.
So as mentioned, I'm lucky enough to spend the day going around Campbell's shed, and I get to see all the lovely creams and the slates. And along with the creams you have to have the pink-eyed whites and the buffs to breed the creams. So there are a few other oddities in the shed, along with all the cresteds, which are lovely to see. And especially this generation of crested boars. This is 5 generations in the stud, and you can see the consistent quality of the pigs in the shed.
And how long have you been keeping cavies?
So I got my first show cavies in 2013, and that was a pair of blacks. I got my creams in 2014, so I've had my creams now for 10 years, so that's quite a long time for the breed. And the slates, I got them in 2017, so just after they were fully standardised. I don't have blacks anymore, but they're still a breed that I do like. But yes, I would say 10 years properly in the fancy now.
So the shed is actually part of a stable block, and here you get to see the layout is very spacious and open, and the cages have got plenty of air getting to them. This is very important for the welfare of the cavies, to have plenty of fresh air and light. And as you can see, they've all got their water bottles on. The mesh fronts help protect the cavies during the night in case you get any vermin come in. But then in the daytime you can open them up and the pigs can just enjoy socialising with each other and coming out for a little cuddle here and there. But the cages themselves are very big and open, and this allows the cavies to run around and keep fit and healthy.
So how did you get into keeping cavies?
So a bit background maybe about my family, more so about myself. I come from a very animal orientated family. My grandparents have got horses, my mum's got horses, we've got dogs, cats, guinea pigs. My dad actually used to breed and show rabbits, so that's kind of how I ended up with the guinea pigs. We always had rabbits at the house, and then eventually we ended up with 1 guinea pig, and as with everything, everyone, 1 guinea pig turns to 2, 2 became 3, 3 became 80. But no, as I said, I got my first show pigs from a woman called Claire Sheeran in 2013. She gave me a lovely pair of blacks, Black Beauty and Mr Bean, their names were at the time. I then got my first creams in 2014 from Mark Rubery. I've stayed very close with Mark, shared a lot of experience and a lot of mentoring from him.
Of course, the best bit about visiting someone's shed is getting to be a bit nosy and go through their cavies in the cages. And this was no exception. I enjoyed looking through all of these cavies and looking at the creams and seeing which babies have been born. And the slates were absolutely lovely. Everything seemed really content and happy in the cages. Nothing seemed to be running around or scatty. You can tell they were really well handled and they're exceptionally well looked after. And Campbell really puts a high precedence on husbandry. The way he cleans them out and looks after them is a big part of why he's successful on the show bench. And this good husbandry also equates to good, healthy, strong babies. Because if you look after your stock, they're going to produce the absolute best for you. And this is something that I've seen time and time again in this shed.
From there, my papa, my granddad if you like, started taking me to the shows. We used to go away at the weekends to the kind of local Scottish shows and down in Cumbria with our packed lunch box and maybe 2 or 3 pigs that I didn't really know how to groom or how to present them at the time, but we always had a great time. And now that I go to my shows myself, I do still miss the element of having my papa there, but I always remember it fondly.
Feeding is a big part of keeping the guinea pigs, and here Campbell feeds bran, Allen and Page mix, and then also a delicious helping of ready grass. And this is the main diet of the cavies, along with hay and plenty of fresh vegetables. As you can see, these slates absolutely love tucking in to their Allen and Page mix. They're almost sitting around it like a dinner table, and this is great to see cavies actually enjoying the food that you're providing. Obviously, water for the cavies is very important, Campbell has really put some thought into the way that he feeds water to his Cavies. These are easy fill and he fills them up with a watering can, but the dripper end comes out through into the cage, so you can fill them from the outside without having to take the whole cage front off. This makes it quick and easy, and the water is always clean and fresh.
So, what roles do you currently play in the Guinea Pig Fancy?
So currently I am the show secretary for the Scottish National Cavie Club, so responsible for organising and running the shows, securing judges, getting rosettes, all the fun stuff that makes the shows happen. I've now done that for 2 years and I love doing it. I get a lot of satisfaction out of it. This year I've joined the National Cavie Club Executive Committee, so that's a new role. I'm still kind of learning what all that involves, but I look forward to the opportunities that is. In terms of judging, I'm on the Scottish panel as a judge. I'm also on the Crested Cavie Club panel, and I'm on the judges scheme for the English Self Cavie Club, which, with the breeds I've got, are very relevant to my judging. So, 5.5-month-old, it's in the intermediate stock show, so just in the age group. Big for the age, nice ear set, nice ear colour. Then show the undercolour again. So even, down to the skin. Okay.
Producing Cavies of this quality isn't done by luck, it's done by hard work, dedication and understanding your breeds. And here, preparation is the key, so lots of show training to get a Cavie like this on the bench, and lots of coat preparation. Look how well groomed these coats are. And Campbell makes no secret of how he does it. He literally grooms them out by hand, uses tweezers, he cuts the nails, and then he's got other instruments to his hand that he can just finish off the Cavie with. So a little bit of dry shampoo, wet wipes for the feet, and then finish off the coat with a polish with a microfiber cloth. And also in his preparation kit, he's got lots of other tools at his disposal. He's got a little mic dropper there. He's then got some Malaseb, which is to help with dandruff. The Johnson shampoo and the Fairy washing up liquid is for the greasy glands on the boars.
So you've been in the fancy for a few years now and you've gone to lots of shows, I'm sure. What stands out in your mind as your most memorable moments?
There's quite a few key things that I remember. Obviously I started when I was quite young, so I was 13 when I first got into the fancy. So I had a number of years in the juvenile section. One of the things I first remember is my first ever Bradford Championship show, which was when I was out at Harrogate. And obviously in Scotland we had shows maybe about 100 to 200 Cavies, which was pretty crazy for starting out. But then going down to the Bradford Champ shows at Harrogate and just seeing 600, 700, 800 pigs, 1,000 rabbits, all the trade stands, and then all the names that you've seen on paper. So one that stands out was Elite Stud, Dave Walton, like seeing his pigs in Cavies magazine, seeing them online, but then actually getting to see these pigs in person, meet these elite guinea pig people, so to speak. That sticks out as a core memory for me.
To transport his Cavies to the shows, Campbell uses these lightweight aluminium carriers. They've got these lovely yellow covers on the top, so that when he's travelling and he has to stay in hotels, he can leave these open to let lots of air into the cage.
So you currently keep creams and slates and cresteds. Are there any breeds that you'd like to keep in the future?
A breed that I've always really enjoyed their personalities, the variety of colours, is Abyssinians. I think it's such an old and traditional breed, and quite iconic as a guinea pig, that it's something that I think I maybe need to get in the shed at some point.
Campbell spends a lot of time looking at his stock and comparing them and looking at areas that he can improve. And this was something I enjoyed doing with him, where we had the boars out, we had the sows out, we had all the different colours out, but we were looking at head development, we were looking at eye, ear placement, colour, and just get a real feel for where you can make improvements with the stock that you've got. And it was a great experiment to do.
So you're obviously very dedicated to your Cavies. What keeps you motivated to keep striving for that pursuit of perfection?
So something that really motivates me with the pigs is just breeding youngsters and trying to develop and improve a breed. There's one I'd quite like to show you just now. So this boar is 10 days old, a single dark-eyed cream crested boar, and he's just got everything that I'm looking for in the breed, the size, the type, the colour, the crest, and just when you're working hard at breeding and trying to improve and you get something like this come out, it really motivates you to keep going. So I'm excited to see how this wee guy develops in the future.
And the reason that a lot of Campbell's stock is so tame and well behaved is that he's constantly correcting their bad behaviour and making them feel comfortable and at ease. And this then manifests itself on the show table with nice relaxed cavies that present themselves perfectly for the judge. And this is just a repeated behaviour over and over, but it's also a great opportunity to assess your young stock.
One of my proudest achievements was winning Best in Show at one of the Scottish shows the other year. This was with a Slate Crested sow that I'd bred myself. It's the first time a Slate Crested has ever won Best in Show in the country, and it was one of the nicest pigs I'd produced up until that time. So to win such a gorgeous rosette with a gorgeous pig, it really was a special achievement for me.
Campbell shows his Kirklee Cavies, and he's done very, very well in the English Self Cavie Club points competition, and this is just the reward of years of dedication. He's also had some very good Best in Shows and Best Self awards, which is just the pinnacle of what you're trying to achieve when you're showing your cavies.
Are there any cavies that you're really excited about this growing on?
There's quite a few youngsters which we've got some videos of already, but this is one I'm particularly excited about. This is a pink-eyed white crested sow. Her name is Dave. Now, I'll give you a wee background of that. So, the guinea pigs are purely mine. It's myself that cleans, feeds, pays, upkeeps them, shows them. If ever I'm away, my family, my mum and dad do take care of them for me. So when I was judging in France the other week, my dad was feeding them, and this little pig, it's got a great personality. It's always up at the mesh. It's always wanting to talk and get attention and be fed. And my dad fell in love with it, and his name's David. So this is Dave. I haven't told him that Dave is a female, but we can, a wee white lie doesn't hurt anybody. So Dave is only 8 weeks old, and already there's just something about her. There's just something in her eye, the way that she sits, the condition of her coat. As I say, she's only 8 weeks old, and she's already got the makings of a superstar. So hopefully, in a couple months' time, she'll be out on the show bench and maybe winning some prizes for me.
So what are your ambitions for yourself within the fancy?
So I'd really like to get out to as many shows as possible. I'm a big supporter of the English Self Cavie Club. I like what they're doing. I enjoy their shows. So I'd love to get out to as many of those as possible and travel around the country. I do a fair amount of travelling already, but maybe get to a few new clubs I've not been before. I would also really like to do a bit more judging abroad. So I've been to Denmark, Norway and now France judging. I'd love to go to some other countries. So Greg, you've spent the weekend looking through my shed. I think we've looked at every single pig I've got in here. Is there any pig that stands out that you're impressed with and you would like to take home?
Oh yeah, there's definitely one in the shed that I'd like to take home. Well, there's more than one, but this one in particular. This little cream boar just stands absolutely perfectly for me. His ears are balanced, he's got a lovely square set head, and as you can see, a really bold eye. His top colour is nice and level, it's still clearing through. He's got a really nice undercolour as well. But the coat is so fine. I think this is going to do really well for you. And very jealous that you've got this in your shed.
I think the day's filming was just a little too much for Mrs. Cat, who's enjoying a well-deserved nap.
Well, I really hope you enjoyed this video. It's been lovely being here, and I'd like to thank Campbell for having me. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Until the next one, true bye.